Hello, hello, Rhoda here. Welcome to my craft room. Today we're going to work on a bee journal. It's going to be a simplified version, so it will be lower priced for my shop. And here we go. We got some chickadees, and I'm sure you've seen these little guys out in the yard at the bird feeders. They're all over the place. This is a black-capped chickadee. And I guess that's what all of them are. One of them says Carolina chickadee. I don't see a difference. I really don't, unless he's just in a different location. Now, I think I'd done this for some kind of a challenge because I know zipper was one of uh, the prompt words. So that's why I think wood may have been another one. So yeah, that's what I did there. I have some vellum here on top of some music page, and then I took a little bit from that magazine to finish off the look. And this was a sticker that somebody had given me, and of course something else from that magazine. All right, let me see what we got to work with today. It's going to be a quick one. I mean, I've already got a few of the things done, and figured out placement wise and that kind of thing. But we are going to go and put the cover together. I did already do the front of the cover, but I have a little bit more need to do to it. So these are all the papers. These are all the... If you go back to my What's on My Desk, my most recent What's on My Desk, where I'm showing you all the journals I want to do in the future, I know I showed you the 4 pages of ephemera that were to be cut out for this, and that's what all these items are. I've already got everything cut out and kind of glued together. I had 2 pockets here. I have an envelope, which I'm going to make into a flip, and then there's a few other pieces here. I've got all the papers pulled, and this is what I come up for a cover. This was part of the ephemera. I had some words, and then I had like a ruler. This was from that envelope of junk mail my mother got about the bees. And this came in the ephemera too, where it's like a layered flower, and I put a brad here. Now I've got a punch. It's an old one, but it's a imagination, and I got it for 12 bucks. There used to be this store about, what is it, 20 plus years ago down in Harrisonburg, and you just kind of punch it, and I've got a whole bunch of different ones like that, but I punched out a shape from different kind of pieces of paper that I thought would go on this cover. And this was part of some of the same ephemera from where the butterfly and the words and all that. I did frame this word for beautiful. And then the back is that as well. So you open it, and this is one of those 12 by 12s where you score it at 3 inches. And then you're going to cut it. You score it through the middle at 6 inches, and you score it across the bottom, one of the ends, whichever, at 3 inches. And then I always like put me a piece of washi in here to strengthen it, because it's just a piece of like sort of cardstock in a way. It was just out of a paper pad, so it's not too thick. But once I roll this up and glue it down, and then I'm going to take these and glue them down. These are really much stronger than this even. So it's going to add to the strength. And it's going to be able to be tucked in there like that. And I've got a few gewgaws to put out here on the front of the pockets. I already put this ruler here. That was another one of the same pieces of ephemera from where this ruler came from. But yeah, I've got a little bit of something here. This is where I did that drawing the other day. So we have this is going to go on the bottom, because as you can see, this was just all white down here. And I thought it looked kind of odd. But with this black and white text, I thought that looked really good with this. And I've got the word sweet blossom over here, because it may be a blossom on a tree that the bees are harvesting. Now here's that little piece of the faux leather that I made the other day. And I'm not really doing anything else with it. It's just going to be like this, but we're going to make it into a belly band. So that's one of the projects we're doing today. This piece, it's got some blue in it. That was one of my tea dye. Oh, no. It had tea and coffee in it, but I also sprinkled these packages of Rit dye, the powder on it while it was wet. So that's how I got all these wild kind of color variations on it. I don't know where the red come from because I think this was denim, but it must have been part of the color scheme. I had some yellows in it. It was really weird because I kept thinking it was just going to come out blue. That didn't happen. I had a little bit of doily left over from cutting off something that had some blue on it, so I just glued it over here. We also have, let me see. This is just one that I found. I'll show you that in a minute. So I have a black one. I have, what is this color? It was one of my old, my t-shirt paints that I had. But it was metallic. That's it. It was metallic. It took me a minute to pull that out. As you can see over here, there's a big piece there that's metallic. But that's what I used to colorize this with, and kind of liked how it turned out. Coffee dyed paper. This is tea bag paper where I put the grounds on it and I let it dry. So that always turns out really cool. I mean, it almost goes all the way through. So, and then this was, I don't know if I sprayed it or how I got that color on there. Here's two of my pages that are the crumpled up yellow that I had done out here this summer. I've also got this peachy color. That's a doily that's going to go in. Now here's where we're coming up with the, what you call it, the digitals that I use. I also have a what do you call it back here? A piece of vellum with some flowers. And, okay, this side is the right side. It's got like a gold on it. And then here was the one we used the other day where we stamped on it. And I thought it looked like a cool edge or something to the page. This is the one that didn't print right. It had a white band over here. So, I mean, I folded it in half. And then, you can see it'll have honeybee on this side with the comb. And I made this into a tuck. So I just took an extra strip that I had of scrap and I put that down on there. So that's what we have there. That one I actually double printed and didn't realize I had it turned on the wrong side, but it's usable. Then we have this one and then this one. And I think that was a double printing as well. I was going to town on the wrong side is right situation. Here's an old beehive. I thought that was cool looking. And then I have a few papers out of my... Now here was where I cut that one. With the little birch stencil that I was using. That's where this come from. So I thought that black and white would work. And then I've got this, which actually has, you know, honeycomb design. And then it's just got some flowers, you know. These are two pieces from another digital that I had. I'm probably going to link the digitals down in the bottom in the description box. Just in case you were interested in knowing where I got them from. And here was 2 pages from another one of the digitals. Another digital. Most of these are by Porch Prints. But, yeah. Here's what... This is really yellow here. Really, really yellow. Alright, so we'll get to folding all of those in a minute. We're going to finish off this here. I'm thinking I want to stamp it. Now, I do have some stamps here. I believe either Jody or Victoria sent me, yeah, from Jody. There I have. She sent me this with the bee stuff. Now, I may be putting a few of those on some pockets or just some excess areas, maybe like this. I might put an extra bee something along those lines. I have these stencils. You can actually see the bee body here, and then you put the other stripes on, like in, that would be in black, that would be in yellow or orange, and then there's these wings. But I had 2 stencils down here. I don't know if I'm going to use that or if I'm going to use this. Now, these 2 things came from a magazine that I got at Michael's. But I cannot find the magazine anymore because every month they would come up with a bunch of stamps. And I really love how this turned out, or has all these variables here. But yeah, I think I'm going to take this one. We're just going to take this one and see what we can do with it. And I'm going to have to get it out of there first. I really want to thank everybody for coming to visit. I forgot to tell you that. But what we're going to do here is probably use some of the scorched timber to go with some of the browns that's already here. And I'm just going to kind of go around this area that has the, and I'm hoping it's going to pick up enough of that brown. It may not. I'll tell you what, we're going to get some archival ink. Alright, here's my container of archival ink, and I have a brown right here that we're going to use. It is potting soil. So, we're going to use that to do some stamping. Now, archival ink is good when you have wet going down. If you needed to stamp something and then color it with a like watercolor, or you wanted to spray it or something along those lines, that's when you use archival because it does not move. It will not move. Alright, so we're going to go and just kind of add this in around our design. Whoop, just like that. Just to give it a few little goodies happening here and there, you know. There we go. And then maybe a little bit around the outside edge. Kind of like that. Maybe a little over here. And we're going to make it balanced, so we're going to go and do that up here as well. And I'm trying to see if I need any anywhere else. I wouldn't mind having a little bit right there. So we're going to actually go in here and kind of, let's go like that and see if we can make that work. Yep, there we go. I didn't really want to stamp over top of what was already there. I'm trying to think if I want any more over here. I just don't want to quit now, do I? Now I'm going to put a little bit right here along this edge. Yeah, that's looking good. I think that might do it. That will work. Now what we want to do is turn this back over, and we're going to start gluing our pockets up, because as you can see, you have where you have to cut out of the center here just a little bit, because that's where the bulk would happen. So you cut that out. Oh, wait a minute, we can't do that first. Let me do I got to put this part in first. So let me go ahead and get that around the outside edges. I've already cut my thumb pull here. You see, I'm trying to put something in the wrong order. I always get ahead of myself. Alright, now I've done this kind of a layout before, and it's really kind of cool because you got 2 pockets going on here. You got this pocket, and I can feel that Brad on the other side giving me a little grief. And then this will go up on here. You're going to line it up on the edge on either side with the glue, and then that's all you need. Now you can rub on here with your your bone folder to burnish it. And see, you've got a pocket in here, and then you got a pocket there. And then all of this that you've added here adds so much strength. So, especially with this really heavy-duty wood grain paper. Now, I got that at Hobby Lobby. And it just had wood on it. It was just like a pack of 8.5 by 11. Kind of cardstock. But it had 5 different wood grains in it. Really gorgeous. I mean, this is one of the lighter ones. The one that was a little darker than this. I love it. I use it for a lot of stuff. Now, I'm not straight. There. Straight now. Now, if you need to do a little bit of trimming off, you may have to. There we go. Now we got to do the last one here. Got that gnat back. Yeah, I had him on the last video, which I recorded the same day today. All right, let's see. This is what you want. You've got your 2 pockets on the sides, and you got your 2 pockets coming down. Now, I've already inked all of that beforehand, so I'd be ready. And then these are the items that I wanted to put on this front pocket. That ruler is already there. I think I'm going to use a little bit of washi with the... Now, this was a Scotch washi tape that I got at Walmart. And I don't even know if they're going to carry it anymore. But this is going to go down here. So let's go ahead. I think that's how I wanted to do it. Wait a minute. Let me lay this back out. How was I going to do it? Something like that. Yeah, something like that. So let's get this down first. Got to figure out where the washi is going to go, though. All right, so we're going to put that about here. And this is going to go about there. Well, let me move it over a little bit. There we go. And then put this down. This ticket came where all the rest of this ephemera came from, out of one of those bee journals, digitals. All right, so this can go here. See, I got a little bee right on top there. I'm looking for my rag. There it is. And then we have honeybee, which I think I'm going to have. Now, I always take my glue stick and run this over it so it's got that glue on it. And then that one's going to go like up here, I think. I'll just stick it over here to the side. There we go. Now the honeybee is going to get glued down up on the top there somewhere. Like maybe right here. It's just kind of go with what your eye wants to do. I mean, I'm trying to balance out this for that, and I've got this butterfly, which, oh, yep. See how I'm covering up this hole, this gap I've got here, but I'm still letting my little, what do you call that, treble clef or something show, but I'm also combining it. It looks like everything's combining together. Now, I don't need that right now until I use that washi again. But, yeah. You always want to decorate up pockets in some way, shape, or form. You don't want them to go, you know, blah. Washi tape is a good item to have, to put here or there, to add a splash of color or something like that. Now, over here on this pocket at the back, we're going to go ahead and use this butterfly, which is part of this set. The one on the front was the biggest, And these two were smaller. They were supposed to be, I guess, stacked on top of each other, but I really didn't like how that was, so I didn't want to go with that concept. That we're just going to stick right there. And then this came from the envelope with the bee stuff. That was the junk mail. So, okay. Now am I going to put bees that way or this way? How am I going to do it? I'll just put it down here. Okay. Now, we're going to get our papers figured out now. And I'll be right back. Alright, so the first thing we want to do is go through here and fold them. And I want the beehive to be sticking out. Now, one of these different sizes, so it'd be an interest to the eye. This one's got Beekeeper Journal on it, which I think is kind of cool. And then what we got this way? Yeah, I want the bee, because this is like the intro into each one of your pages. You may want to pick one of these to go on the front of, I love this watercolored bee, to go on the front of your signature. This is going to have only one signature. Yeah, that's it, one. So, whatever you like the best can be the front. Start stacking them that way. Now, these two I already went through and did a score line on, because they're the thicker paper out of another paper pad. The rest of these are, I'm not sure exactly which way to go with this one. The rest of these are regular copy paper, so they're easy enough to fold. And then you just have to figure out what you want to put together. You have to kind of jumble them up a little bit, where you don't have all of the one color in the one spot. I love the queen bee. Okay. I would like for that to be the front, if I can help it, if I can get to that point. So I'll leave it on top. Now I'm getting into all my regular papers. Now it's got a little bleed through here, but, you know, I don't think I'm going to worry about it. If you had a pocket or something that you wanted to put on that side to kind of cover that, you could do that. I'm just taking this whole piece of vellum to stick in here just for something different. And then I have this, which needs to be trimmed or something. I'm not sure how I want to approach this. Maybe I'll just put it in and trim a little bit off the top and bottom. Now I got two pieces of this. I've got a lot of this paper. I think I thought it was going to come out a little darker. But I did enjoy making that crumple paper. That was fun. I think I may have had a video on that on my Rhoda's Junk Facebook page. Alright, so try to keep it in the color scheme of what we're dealing with. So that would help. Now, this is the only one that's a little off, but, you know, that's okay. A little brightness isn't going to hurt nothing. This is my acrylic paper that I made. See the big old wads of acrylic paint that dried on there. There's my Rit dye paper. And then this is the one that we need to do something with. So let's go ahead and fix this up, and then we'll fold it. So I have this little piece that's going to go down at the bottom, just to cover up my base. And then we'll figure out where to put the pockets and all that later. Alright, that's going here right in this corner. Okay. Yep. Now this goes right on top. All right, right there. There we go. I really like that page. But then, as you can see, it bled through. So that's why this side needed something else. And that's where all these pieces came in. Wait a minute. I'm trying to get all, trying to get them all. All right. So this needs to have, and I'm trying to remember how I was going to do it. I have these scraps. This is going with this B here. This is going to go probably down at the bottom. I think that's where I was going to put it, because I need it to be just about where this is at, so that's about right on the money. But I really like this kind of a newspaper script background. It's so neutral, it could go with anything. Alright, now what we need to do is cut this one back. I'm going to leave it the size it is, but I need to cut it back to this point right here. Alright, let's take this, cover it with glue, get that down. There's always some way you can hide where you have a bleed through. Especially if you got a pocket going down, that's another good way to hide it. If you have like a page cover type of a situation that's going to happen, that would hide it. Now this is going on here, and this is just going to be kind of a frame. This was from that junk mail about the bees, but it has like the gold, the black and gold kind of situation going on here, so I thought that would work really good. Okay, now we want to cut that to be about even Steven on both sides. This was just a piece of scrap. Now here's what I want to do with this. I know, Bernice, you were wanting to see how I was going to use this. And I think I'm just going to do it like this. I've got that nice flat side here. And I'm just going to glue it down, just this side and that side. I do have to fold it back so I know where to cut it. And I have just a little tiny piece left. Now I was thinking of making it into an envelope or a pocket of some sort, and then I saw this page and I said, oh, I gotta cover that. I got to do something to cover that. So yeah, we have this straight stretch to put glue on, and then this straight stretch. So anything that you might have, it's a tall card, tag, can go in here. All right, let's see if we can get that down. And see, our weird our weird double stamping is gone now. And then of course this is going to go on the front for decoration. You can still see some of this, but I think it works for what I need it to do. And this faux leather is really easy to make. And I'm going to just dead center it right there. There we go. that gnat. All right, now we have to cap our glue and we got to arrange our pages. All right, who's next? We gotta finish folding this one. There we go. And let's see. I have, these are my regulars. Where's my digitals? Oops, that's one of those. That's the vellum and the doily. Okay, I want this to be my front, so we'll work off of that. Then you have to figure out what you want to be your center. I don't know if that could be the center or not. Maybe one of these. Oh, that would be pretty. Okay, this can be our center. So we have all of these over here. So I'm going to start with this one, just because it's a stronger paper. And that's going to go in here. See, the black and white goes together really well. So I have a black here. So let's go with this one, because it's got kind of a scrolly design. And that's one of our regular dyed papers. Let's go for this one with the B. So we have a different shape, or a different size, I mean. Let's go for a yellow. Nope, the yellow doesn't quite go. Oh, maybe one of these. Yeah. And then I wouldn't mind that, yeah, the gold flower. I'm trying to figure out which way it goes, so I guess that's fine. The gold flower will go in there. Now we have, let's go maybe back onto one of these. And we'll take and put one of our little beekeeper guys in here. Yeah, that bright can go with the bright. Then we'll go with a yellow. And then we have, that was going to be the center, wasn't it? Okay. So maybe not that one. What about this one? Oh, yep, that would work. Blue and yellow go together. They're opposite on the color wheel, I believe. So I think we'll go with that one. Or should I go with this one down here? Let's just go with that one. Does it go together? I don't think it really does. That doesn't go with it either. All right. What do you think? I don't think. I don't. Okay, let's just go with one of these. Is this one? This one's really grungy here, so let's go with it. Yeah, that looks better. Much better. All right, I want to use black here. And then I'm going to use this because that's dark as well. Then I have this with the honeycomb. Actually, I'm going to go with this because it's got that kind of pinky in there. And actually, I'm going to go with this as well. The peachy and the pinky, I think will go together well. So I'm going to put that in there together. And then we'll come up with maybe this one. And, ooh, I need a few more regular papers in here, don't I? I got that one, that one, that one, that one, that one. I must have had more of those than I had anything else. But we're going to go ahead and do this one here. And actually, that might go good with that. Actually, let's put that one inside of there. This one could go here. Cooperate. All right, we're going to do this like that. This. Oh, yeah. I like that combination. This. This. And then these two. Okay. I don't even know how many papers I pulled out. I just pulled a bunch. So let's see if we can get all those together. That's going to be a nice thick little book. And yeah, let's see. Okay, now what I did is I straightened up all my pages to where they were lined up the way I wanted. They're they're not quite there, but they're close. You just want them to be kind of straight and like centered and that kind of thing. And then I actually, since this is going to be a thin journal, I just went ahead and connected them with the paper clips to the outside here. Now I'm just going to guesstimate where I need my punches holes to be for the signature. One's going to be dead center. So, and you want to kind of leave this at a 45-degree angle, because that helps you keep the pages in line. The paper clips do that, and this kind of a position does that as well. Okay, let's see how good we did. Oh, yeah, we're right on the spine. Look at that. All right, so this thread is a little on the pinkish side, but I think it'll be all right. So what we want to do, since we want our tie to be on the inside here, we're going to go from the inside out. And this was the way, who was it? Oh, Scrapbooking with Me, Miss Edith. This is the way I learned how to do it from Miss Edith. And I like this way a whole lot better than the way Gail does it. Gail Augustinelli. Hers is a little kind of convoluted. I guess she had to have her own way of doing it instead of going the way that Miss Edith does it. Okay. So when you come back up out of here, out of this center, you want one string to be on one side of that middle and one to be on the other. So you need to reposition it if it's not. So now we're just going to pull. And you're going to pull maybe that way. Pull up this way. You're going to hold it real tight. You're going to go back here and see if it's tight enough. That one is, but I don't think that lower one is. Okay, now when you get it as tight as you think it'll go, go ahead and do your first knot there. Then just go in again. Now you can also go in and check on the sides, but since this is all together, you really can't peek in there to see if you had any looseness, but you shouldn't if you've done it this version. Okay, now you can be pretty and tie a knot or a bow. I'm not going to worry about it. It's just going to get cut like that. All right, so now we can take this off. I can probably get in here and cut this excess of doily off, because it's not going to be any use for me the way it is. I think it'll just get ripped over time. So unless you want it to get a good raggedy look, you could leave it to just kind of rag out over time. Now this could be kept for something in the book, like some little edge you might want to decorate. And so can this. All right. Yep, that was a little tiny one, but it'll do something. All right, so let me figure out what I need to do next. All right, so now I'm going to take my envelope and figure out where I want to put it. I didn't ink here because that part's getting glued down, or glued down enough that it will be like a tuck. So let's kind of piddle through here and see where we want to put it. That might be a good spot. Right here. Yep, I kind of like that. That goes really good in that spot. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to put a bunch of glue right here. Don't try to get it in that spine area. So we're going to put a good 1/4 of an inch bar of glue right there. If you get a little further out than that, that's okay. So this goes on this side. We're going to try to get as centered as possible. Oops, that's not centered. And then right like that. And we're going to squish that down. Now you got to open. Oh, I had a lot of glue in there. So you're going to want to open this as well and see what you've got that may have squished out, like on this side. Nope, a little bit. See how it kind of went out there? So you want to make sure you wipe all of that up and not just overlook it, because it'll stick over time. That little bit right there. I am going to get this little bag that's from my embossing folders and kind of tap it with that cornstarch. If you got a little flour, a little baby powder, anything like that is going to kind of take that sticky away. So use whatever you have on hand. All right, so I did do that, but it's kind of plain up there, isn't it? I could do that, or I could do this. That's kind of green, isn't it? I don't really have too much left that's, you know, nothing that just goes in pockets. All right, let's see about this to decorate the front of our envelope. This is from the bee junk mail that I got. So let's just do that. Put it right here in the center. And this could be somewhere like something like that could go down as well. I might have to come back in here later and do that. All right, so I have 2 pockets that also need to be put down, which could go on the inside in here somewhere. Where are they? Right here. All right, so I have something like that, or something like this. Let's go ahead and darken this upper edge a little bit. It's kind of on the fading side. We're going to do the same for this one. Okay. So this, I've already got it folded, and then all you have to do is follow up with your glue. Okay. We'll put that right here. And if you need to burnish it down, you can. I really love these bee digitals. They had so much to them. You could get all these different ones. I still had another one that I think I have like 2 papers in here, maybe with that. No, that was a different one. I just did a lot of bees at one point. I just, you know, since we have them and all that, I thought they would work out pretty good. Now this, I think it's more for like a pocket. Let's see, what else do we have? Maybe this will have to go back in here. Now that's a belly band, so that, ooh, that could go in there. There we go. That'll work. It gives you that little bit of yellow sticking out. It's got a little bit of comb. See, that works out perfect. And then I have a pocket there. Let's go ahead. We have a lot of yellow on this other side. So, and it's Sweet Blossom. There's an orange. Yeah, that looks good there. Gotta find a place for our last pocket. I think it might go good right there. Well, I don't have pink there, do I? Ooh, ooh, that would be good. Look at the pink. Yep. Perfect. Perfect. Now, the way this little journal is working, it's going to need some kind of a clasp to hold it shut because it's thick. I put a lot in it. A lot more than I should have, but I couldn't help myself. So I got to figure out what I want to do. It might just be that I put 2 holes front and back and I tie it shut. A lot of times I'll take and do the little piece that comes back here and snaps around to the front. I have to figure out what I want to do. Sometimes you can just tie them shut. I might just do that because I do have, oh, where is it? I do have some of this black that's probably what I'll use. This is something I got on clearance at Hobby Lobby and for $1.74. It's just kind of a chiffon ribbon. So that'll work out good. And then if they don't want anything on there and they want to leave it open so they can write in it, that'll work. All right, I'm trying to see if I have anything else here that I want to use. These are all go in pockets. That's to go in a pocket. These are all postcards to go in pockets. I don't know that I've got anything where I could like glue down a tuck. That's kind of what I was looking at. Well, which actually I have a tuck here. Let me go ahead and fill some pockets and see what we got. I like this big old bee postcard here. And I'm not going to put anything in these big ones up here. That can be done by the person that gets it. Now this could go in here. This postcard. This is a tuck. Let's see what I think I might want to put there. Maybe something like that. Would that work? Or would this work better? That's that same bee. Let's just put that little bee there. Alright, so we need something in this one. Maybe something smaller. Maybe that one. Or maybe this one. Maybe that one. I don't know. We'll come back if I need to actually not use that. Alright. Got plenty writing room. Plenty. I know you can't write on the black. Well, you might. You could probably write on that side. And then we have... that pocket's full. This pocket could take something else. Yeah, I'll leave that where you can see the bee. That looks good. Yep. And I know I was going to either double load or triple load some of these pockets. Because here's one that needs maybe this with the pink in it. That's a big bookmark. So if somebody wanted to use that for a bookmark, they could. Oops. It's a little loose. Okay. And did I have anything else? I have to have something for the back. Oop. And then I guess it's going to be this in here. There we go. Help save the bees. All right. Now I had some of these dragonflies that somebody gave me. And I'm thinking about going through here and putting some of those in. I may go through and put a little bit more of this washi. Plus, I have these other sizes of little washi that I'll probably go through here and add a few here and there just for something different. And that's why I've still got out that, the glue stick. So I'll be putting the washies down with that. And I think that's all I need to do for today. I may still go in and stamp a few things, like I did on the front. I just have to make sure it's not going to show. I don't even think I need to stamp anymore. So let's just do a quick flip through. How about that? So I've got the postcard here in this pretty arrangement right there with all different clustery things. Now my queen bee is on the front here. I'll pop my glue closed real quick. There we go. So yeah, we got that. We have our envelope, which opens up to have this image and then this postcard. And we have our little tuck right here. And there's the first. I really love that stamp. I really like it. It's pretty. And I think it goes really well, you know, even though you can see it coming through there. We got a few little goodies in this pocket. And then a piece of vellum, just to have something different. That has Be Amazing on it, and Be Happy. Oh, look. Now this is that part that messed up, and that's why I got that white strip back there that I had to cover with that side tuck. And then there's the blue, and the beekeeping one. And I think these pink areas go together really well. See, we've got almost the same exact shade. Man, that was good. Ugh. And then you got some of this brown kind of over here. You got another beehive. And then we have this little guy that's a journal. I guess it's considered a double journal card. Y'all liked when I did these. And they're one of my about a couple months ago videos, I think it was. Now it's catching a little bit where I glued that extra piece. If you go down, you can't go up, but you can go down. So here's really pretty combination there, and I love how that turned out. That's really pretty. And the tones here are perfect tones for in here. And that's our middle British Bee Journal and Beekeeper's Advisor. I love this. The Whorehound, my buddy Harry. Oh my God, he was always getting the Whorehound candy and sharing it when we would go over to do microfilm research. This is before Zach. Yeah, we would go over and go to the Ashland, what is that? Ashland County, Kentucky. I think that's what it was. And we'd go to the library there, and he would be there, and we would be chatting with him and looking up microfilm and newspapers and all kinds of stuff. Yep. See, that was a double print. That honeycomb wasn't supposed to be on here. All right. Well, I'll still find a few places for those dragonflies and maybe a few. I don't think I need any more stamps. And I even think that goes well with that bleed through there. And I thought this would go good with it. Yep. So there we go. And don't forget, we have an extra pocket there. We have to make something to tie it shut after we've done with our washies. So I hope you enjoyed that. I know everybody was wanting to see how I was going to deal with my little bee journal. And I make them a lot. I made several in the past, and I always enjoy working on a bee journal. And I was happy how that turned out. I didn't think it was going to turn out that great, but I'm pretty happy with it. All right. I hope everybody, all my subscribers and viewers, you all have a great day. I'll talk to you again soon. Everybody take care. Bye-bye.